Hey, I'm super duper busy. What's up? It's the Culture Detective here investigating your favorite animes. And today I'm going to be doing an anime review. But before that, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Guess what? I went to the Anime Con in Hong Kong again for the second time. I went there last year and I went there again this year. So before I start doing my review, I would actually like to show off what I got from Anime Con. So actually, before Anime Con, I went to the book fair, and because I don't want to go to the book fair just to come home with empty hands, so I decided to buy something first. And of course, I don't buy books. I bought a light novel. Finally. So last year, in the 2021 Anime Con, I found Bakemonogatari, and I'm like, oh my god, Bakemonogatari light novel. I bought it. Turns out it's the manga version. I want the light novel. So finally I found this, Neko Monogatari Shiro, and there's Bakemonogatari light novel, but I decided to buy one of these because I've already seen Bakemonogatari the anime. It would be cool if I could, read a light novel that is not off-season or monster season, but it's still about to, I'm still about to watch it in the future. So here we go. This is the Neko Monogatari light novel. It's really nice packaging, nice silver little circle. You can see Hanekawa Tsubasa right here, which is really nice. Look at the spine. You sort of do this. Woo! Look at that. Would you? Look at that. Very nice, very nice. We got the cover here. And yeah, again, it's in traditional Chinese because it is a Taiwanese print. But yeah, it's pretty much a light novel in its own right, which is really nice. Really nice. And you can see a little bit of the visuals here. And I'm just really excited to read this one. Yeah. Alright, aside from that, okay, let me put this back. Alright. Aside from that, I also went to the Anime Con and I bought some mangas. Now, to my disappointment, there weren't that many great mangas to buy there, but I still found a few that I really wanted to buy. The first of which is, of course, the one and only Uzumaki by Ito Junji, which is the father of horror manga. Everybody knows about him. Everybody loves him because he is such a great horror mangaka. And Uzumaki is his masterpiece. And this thing is thick. This is the entire Uzumaki in one manga. This costs 105 Hong Kong dollars or 350 Taiwanese dollars, which is about I think 15-16 US dollars. So it's a bargain. It's a good deal. I mean, this is a thick ass book, and let me just show you some of the pages. Yikes, damn, holy crap. This is exactly what I asked for. So aside from this, last year I also bought the Tomie mangas. So I got the two of the most well-known Ito Junji in my collection right now, which is just amazing. As you can see, holy crap. Let's see if I can find the forehead spiral one, which is one of the most well-known chapters in the manga, the forehead one. Let's see if I can find it. Yep, there we go. Ooh, fucked up. I actually had to show my ID when I buy this, so that's kind of funny. Aside from that, I decided to treat myself and bought Chainsaw Man Volume 4. Last year I got 1, 2, and 3, and this year I was like, might as well get 4. So Chainsaw Man 4, really nice. Hopefully the anime comes out soon. Look at Power, look at Denji. Yes, we getting there. Yes, let's go boys. Aside from that, I also bought Attack on Titan. So originally I wanted to buy GTO, Great Teacher Onizuka, but apparently I have to buy volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4 all together, which is 300 and something Hong Kong dollars. I just cannot afford that much. So instead I was like, screw it, so I decided to buy Attack on Titan instead, Shingeki no Kyojin. And I bought the last 3 volumes. So right here, I actually bought 32, 33, and then 34, the last 3 volumes. So yeah, I know it's kind of stupid because I don't own any of the previous volumes, but screw it. I really don't think that in the future I would buy the Attack on Titan manga anyways, unless it's that great or anything. I mean, yeah, it's a great manga, but I don't know, having watched the anime, it's just like I'm done with enjoying it, you know, I feel like. But I haven't, you know, the anime hasn't reached these 3 volumes yet. I think the anime has already gone over 32, about halfway. But yeah, here are 3 volumes. I haven't really taken them out of their packaging, so let's do that now. Really easy to open, actually. Really nice sort of wavy texture for some reason. Alright, yes, so you open it right here. Really cheap too. It's like 33 Hong Kong dollars per, which is kind of a bargain. Ah, would you look at that? Here we go. This Attack on Titan. Here's a third R18 18 plus label that I can remove. But yeah, as you can see, it's real. I don't want to spoil anything in case you haven't seen Attack on Titan, but let me see what sort of panel can I show. I guess this one. I mean, the anime has already reached this point, so might as well show this. This is the Battle of the Port, which is really nice. Attack on Titan. And yeah, so that's that. And aside from that, I also bought one more souvenir before I came back home. Actually, that's the first thing I bought, and that is Hachama. So last year when I went to the Hololive souvenirs, I bought myself Watame and Pecora and a Gura keychain. But I was looking for my favorite VTuber, but I couldn't find any last year. But this year, I finally found it. Hachama keychain. This cost $50, but if you ask me if it's worth it, it is worth it. I absolutely love this one, and it's also kind of useful too. Like, you don't just put it in as a decoration, you know, you can just actually use it for a keychain, even though I wouldn't. But yeah. Anyways, today I'm going to be doing an anime review on Kaguya-Sama Love is War Season 3, or Kaguya-Sama Love is War Ultra Romantic, or Kaguya-Sama wa Kokura Setai Ultra Romantiku, which is Season 3 of Kaguya-Sama Love is War. Yeah, so I have been following Kaguya-Sama Love is War ever since it came out. Not really ever since it came out, like probably since last year or a couple years ago I started watching it. I think Season 1 has some really great ideas. It's pretty fun, but it's not really my kind of thing. As you can probably tell by my taste in movies and music, rom-com might be my my least interested genre of anything. I wouldn't say I am a huge fan of romance, and I think partially that's because since I don't have a lot of experience in romance, I generally try to avoid romance, especially nowadays, because I don't want it to affect how I view romance and relationships myself. And also, comedy isn't really my thing either. I mean, I love certain comedy movies and TV shows work really well for me, but generally I love very serious dramas. I mean, just look at the mangas I just bought. So rom-coms are usually not my thing. But Season 1 is pretty good, it's decent, and Season 2 is legitimately enjoyable because I actually like the characters. I think a lot of the scenes are legitimately funny, and it has a lot of potential, which leads to Season 3. And with the release of Season 3, it dethroned Full Metal Alchemist on my anime list's top animes chart. What in the world? That had never happened before in the website. And even last night it was at number 1. Right now it's number 2. But last night, for an hour or so, this anime was number 1 on that spot, which is absolutely insane. That is the same thing as Everything Everywhere All at Once dethroning Parasite on the Letterboxd top 250. and now of course it is at number 10, but still that is an amazing feat. So what's the hype about? Why is this season so highly rated? What's happening? So let's talk about this new season. The OP is once again a song by Suzuki Mayasuki, who had already sung the OPs for season 1 and 2, and he has returned for third season, and he is absolutely fantastic. Very charismatic, strong vocals. This is a fun, catchy, funky song that is also very charismatic and cool. I like the animation. It's nothing all that special and colorful, but it just keeps you on your seat. It's exciting, and truth be told, I prefer Daddy Daddy Do over this one. Daddy Daddy Do is still my favorite, but this is still a lot of fun. And the ED is actually sung by his daughter, Suzuki Aidi, who also showed up in the season 2 OP as a duet. But yeah, the OPs and the EDs, they work well. They're fine. I also like the ED when the show basically put all these characters into like Star Wars or some sci-fi space war or something. It's funny, it's creative, it's cool. And aside from that, I also have to say the voice acting in this season is great. As expected, everybody did a fantastic job. This is just one of those animes where you can tell the voice actors legitimately had fun while recording in the studio. Especially Koga Aoi, who plays Shinomiya Kaguya. She did an amazing job. The narration is awesome as well. Also, shout out to the English dub. I think the narration in the English dub is really great. Even though I don't watch dub, I'm better than that. But the English dub is good. It's good. Alright, so let's talk about some of the highlights of the season overall. By the way, if you haven't watched Kaguya-Sama Love is War, essentially what it does on every single episode is that it has 3 comedy skits, aka 3 chapters. So every episode is 3 chapters precisely. So usually 1 chapter is 1 skit, and then it's usually unrelated to the next skit, and it's just a skit after a skit after a skit for 13 episodes straight. But as the story progresses, these skits begin to be more related to each other, so you're gonna find out more about that if you watch this any further. But anyways, the first skit on episode 1, hilarious, very fun, very colorful, very strong opening. We have Miko Ino, who is a character introduced in season 2. This small, awkward girl who is a bit of a goody two shoes, follow a lot of rules. She listens to music when she's studying, and the music is, let's just say, bizarre, because one of the tracks is literally a bunch of men telling her, "Oh, you're so cute, you're doing so well," and it's so weird and cringy and bizarre. And for some reason, Ishigamiyu wants to rescue her, and that is really funny. Episode 2 has Hayasaka Ai being best girl once again, trying to infiltrate Shirogane Miyuki and stop him from doing this karaoke group date thing event and trying to lure him out while being best girl. I think that bit is really cool. Episode 3 has the 10 yen game, which is also the highlight of the episode for me. It's again very exciting, very fun, and it's kind of like a JoJo battle in a way, because there's just so much thinking and so much outsmarting, and it's just a lot of fun. Episode 4, we have Ishigamiyu admitting that he has a crush on Tsubame Senpai, and I will talk about that a little bit more, because that arc will remain a thing throughout the whole rest of the season. Episode 5 is another highlight of the season, because a lot of people love this episode for the rapping. The entire first 2/3 of the episode is basically Miyuki and Chika rapping, and usually I find things like this cringy. Usually I'm like, oh, cringe, and I just hate it. But this is a lot of fun. I admit that it's a lot of fun. And I also like that the ED is also them rapping. Just everyone rapping and singing and dancing in the most over dramatic, over the top way possible over a music video, which doesn't even look like it's animated by the same studio, because the character's face looks so mature for some reason. It's hilarious. it's funny as hell. And then we have episode 6 and 7, which I think is a bit of a low point for the season. So obviously, now that I've said that, yes, I don't think this is a perfect anime season or anything like that. And there are definitely points in this anime that are a bit forgettable and bland, but only a few points. I still think this season of Kaguya-Sama is way better than seasons 1 and 2. But the reason why I think episodes 6 and 7 are a bit of a low point for this season is because there isn't a lot of narration. The narration is one of the strongest elements of this anime. It's just so wild and fun and unpredictable, but there just isn't a lot of narration, and the story also gets pretty repetitive and pretty mild, so not really memorable. However, so far it's a kind of a light 8 to decent 8 maybe, but then we are hit with the last 5 episodes of this anime. The last 5 episodes, episodes 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 6 episodes. But yeah, the last 6 episodes. The second half is absolutely fantastic. Dare I say, masterpiece. So remember how earlier in the review I said these skits are not related? Well, that's kind of wrong now, because the last 6 episodes also focus on the Culture Festival, which is a thing that Japanese schools hold every single year, where a bunch of students get together and make things like a horror house and maid cafe and whatever, like art gallery exhibition or balloon exhibition or something like that. If you have watched any other slice of life rom-coms, you would know what I'm talking about. I've already seen Nagatoro-san, Komi-san, and friggin' Biscudoru, and all of them have a culture festival episode, and a beach episode, and an exam episode, and a summer holiday episode, and a Natsumatsuri episode. It's the formula now. And I'm pretty sure Kaguya-Sama Love is War Season 1 also already has a culture festival episode. But this season basically expands it and make it even more important and turn it into a 6 episode long ultimate epic arc, which is the peak between Kaguya and Miyuki having a crush on each other, trying to make each other confess to the other person. And it is the emotional peak, while at the same time we have a B story, which is Ishigamiyu, the weird, odd one out, outsider kind of boy, socially awkward, having a huge crush on the very popular, very blissful, optimistic girl that is Tsubame. And first of all, the flashback on episode 9 is unnaturally great. It's so great, it's just after watching all the previous episodes, when I'm suddenly hit with this flashback skit, it's like, oh my god, this is real. I don't know, maybe it's just this skit being very dramatic for some reason, but it is essentially a flashback of how Miyuki, after he got into this school, he's kind of a loner, and then he saw Kaguya saving someone in the swamp, jumping into the swamp selflessly, and thus Miyuki fell in love with Kaguya, and this flashback just ties everything together, and I just really, really enjoyed that part. But yeah, let's talk about Ishigamiyu. First of all, he is undoubtedly my favorite character in this entire anime series. He is really likable, and I think that's partially because I relate to him. He's kind of an odd one out, he's an outsider, a lot of people think he's weird, and a lot of people wouldn't think he's great or anything. So I kind of relate to him in that aspect, and that he's kind of an outsider as well. So usually if I see couples having lovey-dovey, ooh, you're so cute, in a movie or in a TV show, I'm like, fuck off. Just break up and fuck off. But not for Ishigamiyu. When Ishigamiyu had a crush on Tsubame, I was like, yes, do it, confess to her, you can do it, boy. So when Ishigamiyu and Tsubame got along in this arc, it's just like, yes, come on man, you can do it. So that bit was really amazing. every single scene that involves Ishigamiyu is automatically a great scene. That's the truth. And then of course we have, okay, it's raining again, isn't it? Oh my god. And then of course we have Miyuki, Shirogane Miyuki, and Shinomiya Kaguya, the couple, the star couple of the show, the man and the woman, the boy and the girl. Yeah, they are just really rootable. Again, usually when I see couples being lovey-dovey, I'm just like, fuck off. But not here. I actually like it here because this anime actually took the time to build these two characters and make the viewers like these characters. So I really root for them. They're really rootable, and with them just, man, I love you secretly, but I can't admit it. With them doing this for 3 seasons straight, at this point I'm just like, come on, just kiss already. Just hold hands already. Just get married already. Do something. Please, do something. And they finally did something, and holy shit, it is epic, it is ultimate, it is insane, and it does live up to the title of this anime, ultra romantic, because the season finale here, the last episode, is ultra romantic with the balloon exploding and all the heart balloons floating into the sky. It's just wow, holy moly. And yeah, again, this story lives up to the title because it really does feel like Love is War. It really does feel like this is a battle of mind games, you know, when people love each other so much but they can't really admit it because of their insecurities, because they're embarrassed, but they really want to. It's just so much. There's just so much going on, and it's so much back and forth. It's like a battle, and I just really like that. And Netflix should take notes, because I've seen I haven't seen that many rom-coms, but this one is probably the best rom-com I've ever seen in my life. And this is 100 times, 1,000 times better than any of the garbage, plastic, cliche, formulaic Netflix teenage rom-coms like He's All That and Tall Girl and all that bullshit. Like, Netflix, take notes. This is how you do a teenage rom-com. This is how you do it, okay? Now, this anime is not perfect. I want to see more of Miko Ino because he's kind of a goody two-shoes, and I low-key want to see her go through a bit of a character arc herself as well, so I want to see more of that. And maybe it's because it's just kind of comedic. I wish it's a little bit more dramatic. Like, one of the scenes in the Culture Festival arc is Kaguya finding out that Miyuki is going to Stanford. If I was Kaguya, I would cry my balls off. I would be sobbing on the floor. I would be completely heartbroken. But Kaguya wasn't like that. She was a bit sad, but it wasn't like that, you know. So I wish it would be a little bit more dramatic. Maybe it's just me. I think it's just me. But yeah, overall, this is an amazing rom-com. And if you like rom-coms, will be the best of the best. I'm giving Kaguya-Sama Love is War Ultra Romantic a light to decent 9 out of 10. So, have you watched Kaguya-Sama Love is War from 1 to 10, which is rated? Like if you like it, and subscribe if you want it. And thanks for watching.